Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am now 31 weeks pregnant as of yesterday. And to start off this video, I am going to apologize again at the beginning of my videos. But there is no nap time, it seems like, in my house anymore. So there are going to be little ones running around, possibly making noise. But I think they'll do pretty good. They're still in pretty good moods today. But anyways, like I said, I am 31 weeks pregnant. My last appointment was last week when I was 30 weeks pregnant, and it went pretty well. He was measuring 28 weeks, which is 2 weeks lacking of what he should be, but the midwives were not concerned at all. They said as long as he's within 2 weeks that they're not going to change the due date or have any concerns or anything like that, that it's pretty normal. So he is measuring 2 weeks smaller. So this week he should, if it stayed on task with that, he should be around 29 weeks measuring. But next week is my next appointment, and they will kind of see where he's at, if he's caught up or if he's still that 2 weeks behind. But either way, like I said, they're not concerned, so that's good. And then he is also head down. So he, further along, when we get further along, he will be completely ready, head down, which is awesome. All my kids have kind of turned early. Usually in the middle of my pregnancy, all my kids will be head down, luckily. So we're really blessed for that. And hopefully now he just stays down because I know they can switch up. But as of right now, he is head down. And then he also had a heartbeat of 150 this last appointment, which is about average for him. He stays around 150 to 155 since the beginning of my pregnancy. So he stays pretty steady, which is awesome. And so there is for him and my appointment. And going into like symptoms for myself, I know I did, for those of you who are on my private social media, I do picture updates weekly, and I try to make them a little bit more positive. So I don't really add the ugly stuff because people who aren't pregnant or haven't been pregnant, they don't really care, I guess, to hear all the ugly parts of pregnancy. And I know that's all people usually really talk about is the bad parts. So I don't like to constantly be complaining or saying the pain that I'm in, because no one wants to hear it, I guess. But these videos, like I said, I'm making them, 1, for memories, and 2, to compare my pregnancies, and 3, for others to compare their pregnancies to mine if interested. And if you are trying to get pregnant or already pregnant but early on, and you kind of want to see other women's symptoms later on, this is what that's for. So the ugly parts. I have been really struggling lately, and I don't know. I'm just gonna there's nothing really you can do about it. You just kind of have to deal with it. I have 9 weeks to go, and hopefully it starts fading, or I can just get through these 9 weeks. But like I've mentioned, I think I mentioned it in my first, I don't know, it could have been my last video, but I have really bad joints and bones. And with Riley's birth was so hard on me. It was fast, and we were so blessed to have such an easy delivery. But on me, it was not easy. It hurt so bad, and I thought my back was broken. But lately, and that kind of like disappeared out of my mind until recently, I've been having really bad anxiety about the labor and delivery. And part of it is when I had Riley, I had such bad back issues during delivery. I've always had back contractions, even with Cecilia, my first one. So I know what back contractions feel like. But with Riley, I kept screaming that my back was broken. And I know a lot of people in there were probably rolling their eyes at me. But I was not exaggerating. It was anything. I thought my back was breaking. And after I gave birth, my back was still hurting. Everything has still kind of been rough on my back. And no one ever checked it. I think because it's normal for your back to feel like that during back labor. But I am starting to think it could just be in my head that something actually could have happened, like a small hairline fracture or something, because of how bad my back is right now. And it's just constantly popping out of place. It's ever since I had Riley, my back has just been done for. And lately I've been struggling with my hips, my lower back, and my pelvic area, and which is normal for any pregnancy. But mine, there's times I can't move. I will lay on my side for 2 minutes too long, which normally if I hit 5 minutes of laying down, my everything gets like dislocated. So it's been harder. Like I said, if I lay down a few minutes on either side, which you're supposed to like lay on one of your sides during pregnancy when you're sleeping, when I do that, I can't get up. And when I do get up, I'm kind of stuck in one spot and I'm kind of slouched over and I can't get up. And when I finally get my body to stand up after a few minutes, you'll hear a big pop every single time. It never fails. But it's painful and it stinks. So I'm going to talk to my midwives next week and kind of touch base on what we can look at. I don't know. I have bad anxiety, so I think it could be in my head that I'm freaking out that something actually could have happened during Riley's birth, that now if I go into labor with Jet, it's gonna really fracture something, or I don't know. But yeah, my hips have been doing that, my back. And for everyone watching this video, like I said, it's a little TMI but it's a pregnancy video and it's an update. So I'm sorry if you don't want to hear this kind of stuff. This is probably not the video for you. But my pelvic bone, my downstairs hurts so bad. And a lot of pregnant women use the term lightning crotch, which I hate that term because it just sounds so gross. But it's not lightning crotch. With my other 2 pregnancies, like I said, I know what lightning crotch is. It's for those of you who are early pregnancy or haven't experienced it. It feels like lightning in your crotch. Like that's exactly what it feels like. It's just like nerves, I think, getting pushed, or it hurts. But it's not that. My pelvic bone feels almost like it's not where it needs to be, and you could hear it grinding sometimes when I'm walking, or you can just hear popping constantly. And that's where the big pop comes from, when I'm laying down on my side and get up and I have to sit there and kind of wiggle around to be able to shift my body and align it. I feel that pop is coming from my pelvic area, and it is such bad pain that even last night I was just crying. And I hate complaining about any pains in pregnancy because there's a lot of women out there who cannot get pregnant, and I've been very blessed with 3 very healthy babies and 3 healthy pregnancies. So I hate ever saying anything, but I was just bawling. I was just crying last night, and I feel bad for my husband because every night when we're in bed, he's trying to sleep and I'm crying. But it's painful. So we're gonna go ahead and like I said, touch base with my midwives and kind of see if it's this. I've never experienced it this bad, but it could be a normal thing, or if it is extreme and something is wrong. So we'll go ahead and touch base with that, with the midwife and possibly a chiropractor, and then see where that goes, and I can update you guys later on. Like I said, I have another appointment next week, so hopefully something gets worked out. But other than that, I think that's as far as like the ugly part of my pregnancy right now. It's not ugly part, I'm very blessed, but the painful part, I guess, is the better word. But other than that, I've been feeling great. Other than my pain, I love feeling his movements. I've had more energy. That week that we were moving, of course, it would be the week that we move, I had no energy at all, and I had to push through it. But now which could be just because all that stress is gone. I'm getting all of my energy back. I'm trying to clean, I'm trying to organize, I'm doing everything now, and I have all the energy in the world, it feels like, to do so. And so that's been great. My appetite hasn't been all crazy. There's no cravings I don't even want to say last week. It's been a couple weeks now that I haven't had any crazy cravings, which is odd for me because I'm always craving something. But no cravings this week or last week, or I think the week before that. So it's been a while. But yeah, it's been great the last couple weeks as far as like health-wise and everything like that, other than my bones. And I think that's it. No cravings. I think that's all I was gonna say. So there's that, and I will go ahead and show you guys my belly. So this is 31-week pregnancy belly from this side, and I feel like he's really low. I don't know. I know they say that like old wives' tale, the girls will carry high and the boys carry low, and they say that that has nothing to do with it being a boy or a girl. Doctors anyways, but I actually kind of believe it. I was never this low this early, so I don't know. Maybe it's just him, but I kind of think it's just because he's a boy that he's carrying so low. I don't know. I could be wrong, but here's underneath the shirt to prepare yourselves. But I feel huge. Oh my goodness, I feel huge. I know that he is measuring a little bit smaller, but I don't think I'm measuring smaller. I feel so big, and I feel like he is so heavy and so big. But there it is. My belly button is, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of gross, but it is all the way out. It's not just pushed forward anymore. It's like out. It feels weird. Right here is still the one stretch mark that I have, and it's like not a stretch mark, it's a stretch blob, where I used to have my belly ring. So there's that. And then I'm sometimes in certain angles, I forget the name of it, I'm the worst at that, but I'm starting to get that dark line. I got it really good with Cecilia, my first one, but I don't think I got it as bad with Riley, but it's just that line that comes when you're pregnant and goes away after. But yeah, I'm starting to see that. You can't see it really well, but sometimes in certain angles, or if I'm just laying there, I will kind of see it, the start of it. So yeah, other than that, there he is. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys like these kind of videos or are interested in these kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys hopefully next week, if not within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to get better at keeping on track with these and not skipping them as often, but we will see. And thank you guys. Have a good one.